Anybody who's been through the startup experience and has grown a business, anybody who's been part of a team that's done that will really get a sense of the heroism of business, that actually, the survival part, that's heroic. Actually going against the odds, 1 in 3 businesses don't even make their 3rd birthday. So there is a spirit within business, and what we felt was that we wanted to make a contribution to that debate about what it was that business could do. Business, we felt, was too important to be left on its own. 37 of the world's top 100 economies are corporations. Think about that. And against that backdrop is this tremendous level of change. Last year, only 30 of the original FTSE 100 companies made it to the 30th anniversary. So the companies that were big in our parents' generation are no longer big now. The companies that we assumed were the titans that would last forever. And we live in a world where the most powerful companies of our generation are probably yet to be created. And that's why mission matters, because mission gives people, it gives organizations and teams the purpose to make a difference, the purpose to succeed, the purpose to win. We interviewed 35 entrepreneurs with effectively an equation about what made successful businesses seem to break through. The first part of that was mission, the fact that their purpose, a driving purpose, really matters. But if all it is words, if all it is a mission statement in a company's business plan, then it really does fail the point that actually you have to get out there and do something with it. And a lot of these characters that you meet in terms of modern successful firms, they are campaigners. They're people that are absolutely active in their ability to get out there. And they get something which we talk about being the Cinderella asset, momentum, that ability to make an impact, that movement in business that really does define the greats from the good, those great businesses that you actually look at and see them as being successful. And that's partially because of this picture, that the world is changing massively. So if we'd gone back just 10 years, a titan of the internet era, AOL, valued at $20 billion. Who doesn't remember going to Blockbuster Video? Oh, what a difference. Valued at $8 billion. This little tiny shrimp called Facebook that had just raised $12.7 million of capital. YouTube founded. Uber still 1,000 days away in the minds of its founders. Think about that world, which is only 10 years ago. Now look at the world that we have today. A titan reduced, acquired for $4.4 billion. Blockbuster Video, defunct. Facebook, valued at $230 billion. YouTube at 70, Uber at $50 billion. This is the world of explosive growth and explosive change. And it's a world that's creating new establishments. 10 years ago, who would have thought that a business that was yet to be created and will be a digital platform only would be the home of Nobel laureates, of Pulitzer Prize writers? And that, of course, is the story of BuzzFeed. 150 million monthly unique visitors as compared to 57 million for the New York Times and 31 million for the Wall Street Journals. The carers, the sharers and the darers, deeply transformational groups of businesses, deeply tribal in their ability to sort of grow. The carers, Whole Foods is a very good example of that. Ellis Kitchen is another one closer to home, or Decoded, just over down the road in Shoreditch. I mean, these are businesses that want to improve you and nurture you, and they're not without their critics. Whole Foods is criticised as being whole paycheck in the States, but they nevertheless are driven by this sense of the improvement of the soul and the body, good in every sense. The sharers, Airbnb being perhaps the world's most successful example of the sharing economy, BlaBlaCars from France, or freecycle.org. But look at the language, belong anywhere, share your journey, changing the world one gift at a time. And of course the darers, the businesses that want to use technology to change and drive things in a way which we might never have dreamt of. Hampton Creek, really good business, interesting business, trying to sort of use technology so that actually junk food can become healthy. Or the strong cheese over here. You either love them or loathe them. Transport for all, as reliable as running water. So we identified what we've called the new character in terms of these sorts of mission-based, mission-driven companies. Drive, the refusal to give in. Self-improvement, never stopping learning. Communication, the ability to get the message across. Disruption, always going against the grain, always doing something new. The ability to persuade and connect in terms of making the case and building the network. But perhaps most importantly of all of those is this issue of optimism. And whereas society can often sort of say, this business has failed, this entrepreneur has failed, I don't think under their own terms that many of the people that we interviewed ever would accept that definition. They'll only accept success and failure under their own terms. These are some of the issues that are behind that equation. And just to finish off, simplicity matters. Marjorie Scardino was a very well-known chief executive of Pearson, just around the corner from here. And she talked about that simpler things cut through. That's important to mission. It's a very different proposition when you want to be the world's learning company as compared to just being a conglomerate of lots of different things. At the same time, Wilfred Emmanuel Jones, an excellent entrepreneur, he's got a business called The Black Farmer. He said that every great change has come from challenging the status quo. A lot of mission-based businesses know what it is that they want to change. He always said as well in the interviews that every great story starts with jeopardy. There's got to be something worth doing, worth getting out of bed in the morning to do, something that it is you want to change. And Seth Godin, he said, ideas are like viruses. They need sneezers to spread the message. Well, we are living in a generation where ideas really do matter as far as business are concerned. But you need the tribe of people to get out there to tell your story, to be the super advocates, whether it's on social media, whether it's in your team, or whether it's in your marketing. And Mark McCormack, he was the inspiration behind Jerry Maguire. Remember, Show Me the Money? He said that all things being equal, people will buy from a friend. All things being not quite so equal, people will still buy from a friend. This is a world where friendship really matters. Mackie talks about letting love out of the corporate closet. I mean, he's not wrong in that actually there should be something emotional. There is something that is really inspiring about the brands that break through, and mission is something that gives it to them.